It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll get to see a battle for conference superiority. It's the Jets and the 49ers, next on Madden Football.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And we are underway from Santa Clara. Xavier Gipson now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
Now Rodgers. Throw right side, Wilson. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
Rodgers now on first down. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. And he's locked in early. 2 nice first down completions to start.
I like the fact that he's seeing the whole field early, spreading it around a little bit in the early going.
Rodgers now on first down. He finds Wilson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
To throw is Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it, because 4 for 4 already, I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
And I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to, when you want to on offense. And in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on. But this opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave them 3 points.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches. But it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Big strides, look at him go. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 72 yards. And the 49ers have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Charles, that was a heck of a play.
It truly was because when he made that catch, he had to shake through some people, right? So that play, to me, a highlight film that should be accompanied by bass music, right? I mean, boom, 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 and he finds his way to the end zone. Terrific play.
Jake Moody now for the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills? And it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
On second down, a run with Hall. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he'll find Hall. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. And Wilson with it, complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Rodgers now to throw. Touchdown, Jets. Mike Williams from 3 yards out, and the Jets are able to move back in front. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception.
This is your game, baby.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Taylor now from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. On first down, it's Purdy. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Up the gut, McCaffrey. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. Gets this one to Juszczyk. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know that play went for no yardage, all right? But I like the attempt because the fullback position, whether it's a fullback, a tight end, an H-back, whoever you want in that spot, not known as a primary pass catcher. So sometimes the element of surprise works in your favor. But on that play, give credit to the defensive guys.
Purdy completes this one here to McCaffrey. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now a 3rd and 6. Purdy looking to throw. Forced out to his left. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Play action. Now Purdy. This will be caught at Samuel. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 21. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. (10-7) our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing here, Purdy. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk from 19 yards away. And the Niners have taken the lead.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
And it feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football. And that's exactly what happened there.
Moody good with the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Jets set to take the field. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
1st and 10. It's Hall. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On play action, Rodgers. Connection made to Ruckert. Only able to gain a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll run with Hall. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 52 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and 1st down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. He'll get this to Lazard. And out of bounds right around the 20. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable, now not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
So Rodgers will depart, and on is Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. On the return, it's Taylor from his end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one. Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Here's Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. A little juke, but he's taken down inside the 30. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the job.
And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. 19 yards for Christian McCaffrey, and they're able to add on to their advantage. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Moody good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. That's complete right side to Lazard. The Jets on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on third down.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. They'll be looking to get in the end zone again. Had the touchdown, as you see, last drive on 4 carries. And during the break, we were looking at some of the replays from the previous drive. Really good holes created, great space.
Yeah, I like the observation you had there.
There he goes, left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Purdy now to throw. And this one is incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers! George Kittle, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Now Moody for the PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. New York ready to go again offensively. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. On the draw, it's Hall. Room here to run. Now he's free to midfield. Breece Hall racing to the end zone. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, 83 yards. And the Jets are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And this one's back to an 8-point game. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Purdy. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Purdy's throw taken in by Samuel. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Shotgun now with Purdy. Open man is Samuel, complete. And Debo going to have a Niners first down as the tackle made at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
That's what it is. That's what it is, baby. Let's go get it. Every day, let's do what we do every day. Leave it all out here. Leave it all out here.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This one from 48 yards away. And his kick is indeed good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand-new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a fine performance in the first half from the former Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. He threw a first-quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown half, and he may just be getting started.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Purdy. And that's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Purdy. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Taking it about the 16. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And the Jets will take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 8. They'll go again with Hall. Dancing away at the 35. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 149 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A solid stiff arm. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Now 2nd and 3. On play action, it's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, Tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. His pass complete to Ruckert. Touchdown! Jeremy Ruckert. 27 yards. And the Jets have got it back to within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Robert Saleh, one to take chances. His guys will go for two here. Rodgers will throw for it, and he's got it. So the try for two successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw. Now, a quick throw there is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That good for 19 at a 1st down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. McCaffrey on the counter, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a 1st here on 3rd down. The throwing here, Purdy. And that is incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
New York set to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd down and 4. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
That's just what you call a chain mover right there. Nothing fancy. Get the ball out to the back, and you're asking him to make a little bit extra out of maybe what is nothing, and he does exactly that, picks up the 1st down. I can't wait till we get to the point, partner, where we're not saying chain mover, but we're saying laser pointer, picks it up for the 1st down.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Give to Hall running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Mike Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jets have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Zerline good with a PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taylor now from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Over the middle, complete. That's Jennings. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. They go play action here. Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Niners answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Now Hall to start the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Hall again on 2nd down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 173 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And, in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of. Trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Ball on a give up the middle. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
So on now is Greg Zuerlein in a pressure situation. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. Now the 49ers settling in for their next drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And we're going to stop play here at least momentarily. It looks like there's a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Purdy now to throw. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Purdy off the play fake. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after
it. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up, but I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They were looking good on second down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Purdy. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
2nd down and 6 now. They'll give it up to McCaffrey, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. 98 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
I used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher, and all night long he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now, a huge 3rd down conversion. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Niners have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. So still time remaining here in this 4th quarter, but the touchdown there puts them back out in front.
And you and I both know that their defense will not very subtly remind everyone that they started all of this because they held firm on the last drive and only gave up a field goal. Gave it back to the offense in a tie game and said, okay, your turn now, make something happen. And they went down the field and scored.
Moody good with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down by 7, 2:09 to play. They'll have 1 play, maybe 2 before the 2-minute warning as they've got a first down. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. This pass out wide to Hall, and he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. Here's 2nd down and 3. Back to throw, Rodgers. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That can finish things off for them.
Well, the faithful in full roar here in Santa Clara. This is 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Niners take over in terrific field position. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Let's do this. Let's go. Okay, ready?
Now Purdy. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it. I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Well, plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Rodgers to throw.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Work to do here with a crowd at fever pitch. 3rd and 9. To throw is Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 28.
I'm starting to wonder here, are they trying to prevent winning? Because right now, they're laying back and they're picking them apart, moving the ball downfield. I think they got to start bringing a little pressure towards the quarterback.
Here's 1st down. Now Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Now 1st and goal. One final try now for Rodgers. And it's caught. It's a touchdown with zeros on the clock. And an extra point will send us to OT.
Yes, sir. That touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something. Forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Well, win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. They'll try and run it in. And, oh, he stops short of the goal line. And the defense celebrates as they've won the football game. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.